back to Herb's class in 5-minute math. Here today we're talking about point-slope form. So point-slope form is just another way to write an equation for a line. Now if you watched any of my line equation videos before, you'll know that I talk about line equations like names. The equation for a line is like that line's name. That's how we can identify that line. That's what separates different lines from other lines. Every line has a name. Now, the beautiful thing in math is there are a couple of different ways to name lines. Now, there's slope-intercept form, we talked about that. There's standard form, we talked about that. And then there's point-slope form, which happens to be my favorite. And I'm going to tell you why. For slope-intercept form, you need special information. You need the y-intercept. You need a special point for slope-intercept form. Standard form, you got to start in a different form and go to standard form. For point-slope, you don't need nothing special. All you need, a point, the slope, exactly right. It even tells you what you need in the name. Man, let's get to it. What's point-slope form look like? Point-slope form looks just like this. Now, what I've written in black won't change. It's going to be the same every time you write down point-slope form. You're always going to write this y, you're always going to write an equal sign parentheses, and you're always going to write this x. Everything else in here changes. This x1, this m, this y1, says right over there what it changes to. Now, whatever the line is that you're trying to name, there's got to be a point, one point that line is going through. That line also has a slope. That information goes right in here in these places. Yeah, it's just that easy. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, back. Let's say I wanted to name a line that goes through this point and has this slope. All I gotta do is take this information and plug it right in here where it goes. Just remember, your x goes in the parentheses with x. Your y goes over here with y. Slope attached to the parentheses. Yup, just like this. Bang! Just like that. This is the name of a line that has a slope, -1/2, and it goes through point 2, 3. Now notice, when I put the 2 up here in parentheses, there was a negative sign here. So that 2 turned negative, as did this 3. So think about that. When you take these coordinates for the points and plug them in, their signs are going to change. Let me show you with one more example. So I changed the coordinates, I changed the slope, and I left the blanks in the point-slope form where that information goes. Let's put that stuff in there now. That -4, when I put it in here where it goes, notice there's a negative sign there already, so it's going to look something like this. Yeah, so you know what to do when subtracting a negative number, right? You know what that double negative turns into. A positive. Exactly right. Sign change. So, same thing for this 2. When I take this 2 and bring it in here and put it into my point-slope form, that 2 is going to turn into a -2. Exactly right. Slope goes in just like this. Good. Just like that. Which brings me to my favorite part of a point-slope form. Now, if I want to change this in the slope-intercept form, I can. Isn't that just y equals mx plus b, y is by itself, and then everything else on the other side? Well, I got to distribute first to get rid of the parentheses, and then can I just add 2 to both sides? Yeah, that's slope-intercept form. These 2 lines are exactly the same line. Yeah, they just got different forms. Same line. If I graph this on a graph and I graph this on a graph, same line. Now, if I wanted to change this in the standard form, you know what standard form looks like? X, then y equals a number. All I gotta do is move this over. Just like that. One thing though, this first thing can't be negative, so I have to change all the signs. Like that. That's the standard form equation of that same line. So what you're saying is, yes, exactly what I'm saying. Point-slope, slope-intercept, and standard form are all the equations of the same line. They just look different. Yeah. And it all starts at point-slope. It all starts at point-slope. Man, I hope this helps, man. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.